Part 3 of how a cop intimidated me into going on a date with him. After he stroked my hair and asked me if I was scared, I said no. He could clearly see my hand shaking though. He knew that I was scared. He finally backed off and handed me my documents. He goes to his car and leaves me waiting for 13 minutes. By the way, my friends and the guy that I was seeing were waiting for me at the beach. That's when I start getting phone calls from him. I decided to answer and tell him what was going on. That's when he said to me to not get out of the car and to just say no to anything he said. That's when the cop bangs on my window. He asked me who I was talking to on the phone. I hung up the phone and told the cop that I was talking to my dad. I finally got the courage to ask him if I did anything wrong. He said no, but he saw a pretty girl, so he had to pull her over. He fully expected me to laugh at that. He finally handed me my license back and asked me when we were gonna go on that date. Again, he crouched down and was right in my face. I said we could go on a date that night. I gave him a wrong phone number. Of course, I didn't show up to the date. I told my parents and we went to the nearest police station. We made a complaint, but nothing ever came of it. They essentially told him to leave me alone. Remember, he knows where I live. I feel like he probably watches and stalks me. What should I do? My influencer wife is a total fraud and lies about her body being natural. I will not say who my wife is, but you go ahead and guess. My wife blew up on Instagram back in 2015. Back then, she talked about health and how our bodies were temples, but a year after she blew up, she decided to get surgery. She told me that it was going to help her grow quicker on Instagram, which it actually did. She actually stopped posting on Instagram for the 3 months that she was recovering from her surgery. During that time, she only posted recipe videos, so nobody could see her face or her body. After the 3 months, she came back to Instagram and said that she went on a 3-month detox and cleanse, that her cleanse and detox finally gave her the body she always dreamt of. But not one of her followers questioned her for having this perfect body all of the sudden. This is when she started selling her cleanse and detox book. She sold it for $150, and people ate it up. Within the first month, we made over 40 grand. And surprisingly, her followers were actually seeing changes, of course, because they were doing all the work that she didn't do. I'm pretty sure she copy and pasted recipes from the internet for the book. Around this time, she also started posting her workout videos. She would talk on Instagram about how she would go to the gym almost 5 times a week. But in reality, she would only go to the gym once or twice a week. And she'd make me come to the gym with her to get content. So I'd be following her around the gym taking videos and pictures of her. Don't get me wrong, I definitely benefit from this. Basically her cameraman and her editor. And I don't have to have a job. She also got a second surgery before launching her workout program. I was really against this because I didn't want her to get skinnier, but she went ahead and did it anyway. This time she was posting older pictures of her. But after 2 months, she came back to Instagram with the new body. That's when she dropped her new workout plan and people went crazy. Just in the first day, 500 people bought it for $150. You do the math. But here's the thing. She's talking about getting a new surgery to launch her new cleanse and her new workout book. She also wants to get stuff done to her face. She's turning 28 this year and she thinks that she's getting old. I don't want her to change her face or her body anymore. She's not the woman I married. She also thinks she's a celebrity because she gets recognized on the street, which really doesn't help. Family and I are even considering doing an intervention, but I don't think she's gonna care. She makes so much money off Instagram, and people love her because of the way she looks. The more she posts, the more validation she gets, and the more money she makes. She used to hate the Kardashians, but now she worships them. She's looking more like Kim every single day. How do I tell her to stop? What should I do?